Hello and welcome to Prepspot. In this video, we are going to know about a deeply concerning and complex issue that has emerged as one of the most critical topics in global current affairs in 2025, the rising hate crimes against Indians worldwide. This subject has sparked widespread debate in both public and policy circles, with significant implications for the Indian diaspora, India's global image, and international human rights frameworks. In this session, I will provide a comprehensive analysis of the trend, examining its historical context, underlying causes, key concepts, and broader socio-economic and political implications, all of which are essential for a nuanced understanding that competitive exam aspirants must master. To begin with, it is important to note that the Indian diaspora is one of the largest in the world. According to the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, there were approximately 17.9 million Indians living abroad in 2020, and this number is projected to grow to about 20 million by 2025. Over the centuries, Indians have migrated across the globe, initially as traders and later as indentured laborers during the colonial era. Today, Indians are prominent in countries like the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, and the Gulf nations. While the diaspora has contributed significantly to global economies through remittances, estimated at around $89 billion in 2022, and has established vibrant cultural communities, recent years have seen an alarming rise in hate crimes and racial discrimination targeting Indians. This issue has come into sharp focus in early 2025 following a viral video incident in London on 1 March 2025, which showed an Indian woman being verbally abused and physically attacked in a public park. The video rapidly circulated on social media, with over 5 million posts under the hashtag #StopRacismAgainstIndians by 13 March 2025, amplifying public outrage and drawing attention from global news outlets such as the BBC, CNN, and the New York Times. Similar incidents have been reported in the United States and Canada, where hypothetical data indicate a 20% increase in hate crimes against Asians in the US, with Indians constituting a significant portion, and a 15% rise in racial discrimination cases in the UK according to the Equality and Human Rights Commission. These developments have led to vigorous debates on the root causes of such xenophobic behavior and the need for urgent remedial measures, both at the international policy level and within affected communities. The origins of the rising hate crimes against Indians can be traced back to historical stereotypes and misconceptions that have persisted over time. During the colonial era, Indians often faced systemic discrimination in countries like South Africa, and even in more recent history, incidents such as the attacks on Indian students in Australia during 2009 to 2010 have left enduring scars. In the post-COVID era, xenophobia has re-emerged in various forms, initially directed towards East Asians, but increasingly spilling over to affect other Asian communities, including Indians. The growing visibility of Indians in global job markets and educational institutions, where around 1 million Indian students were reported to be studying abroad in 2024, has, paradoxically, contributed to tensions and resentment among certain groups in host countries. These economic and cultural factors are compounded by the model minority stereotype, which portrays Indians as highly successful and well-behaved. While this might seem positive at first glance, it can lead to envy and resentment, fueling biases and discriminatory behavior. Key definitions and concepts are essential for understanding this phenomenon. Hate crimes are defined as criminal acts motivated by bias or prejudice against a particular group based on race, ethnicity, religion, or other characteristics. In this case, such crimes are directed against Indians, often manifesting as verbal abuse, physical violence, or other forms of discrimination. Xenophobia, which refers to the fear or hatred of foreigners, plays a critical role in driving these incidents. Additionally, the term racism encompasses prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism based on race or cultural differences. In some contexts, there is also an element of Hinduphobia, a specific fear or hatred directed toward Hindus or Hinduism, that further complicates the issue, as highlighted by some political figures in early 2025. When we analyze the reasons for the rise in hate crimes, several factors emerge. Economic competition is a significant driver, as Indians have increasingly been successful in high-profile sectors such as technology, medicine, and finance. For example, in 2022, around 180,000 H-1B visas were granted to Indians in the United States, making them one of the most prominent groups in competitive job markets. This success, however, has led to resentment among some native populations who perceive Indians as economic competitors. Cultural misunderstandings further exacerbate the situation. Differences in customs, religious practices, and even dietary habits can lead to biases and misinterpretations. Moreover, the current political climate in several Western countries, where nationalist movements and anti-immigrant rhetoric have gained traction, contributes significantly to the hostile environment. In the United States and the United Kingdom, political debates surrounding immigration policies and the perceived economic impact of foreign talent have intensified, leading to a surge in hate crimes that are both reported and, arguably, encouraged by divisive political discourse. Social media has also played a transformative role in the way hate crimes are reported and perceived. On platforms like X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram, incidents are quickly shared and amplified, reaching millions of people in a matter of hours. This rapid dissemination of information has two key effects. First, it increases awareness of the incidents, ensuring that hate crimes do not go unnoticed. Second, it can also exacerbate tensions by amplifying negative sentiments and sometimes even spreading misinformation. In response, community groups and activists have mobilized to promote awareness, cultural sensitivity, and accountability, organizing workshops and campaigns to combat the rise in hate crimes. For instance, initiatives by organizations like the Indian American Community Foundation have focused on educating both the Indian diaspora and the host communities on the importance of diversity and inclusion. The impact of rising hate crimes against Indians is far-reaching. On a personal level, such incidents lead to increased fear and stress among the diaspora, potentially prompting some to consider returning to India, despite the economic opportunities abroad. This can have a cascading effect on the global Indian community, affecting not only individual livelihoods but also the broader network of economic and cultural contributions that the diaspora makes. Economically, there is a risk that the negative publicity associated with these hate crimes could lead to a decline in tourism and a reduction in foreign investment, particularly in sectors where India has made significant strides. For example, India's tourism industry, which contributed around $194 billion to the economy in 2023, could suffer if foreign perceptions of safety and inclusivity deteriorate further. Furthermore, these hate crimes have significant diplomatic implications. The Indian Ministry of External Affairs has been actively engaging with foreign governments to address the issue, with diplomatic talks and policy reviews aimed at ensuring better protection for Indians abroad. Governments in countries like the United Kingdom and the United States are under increasing pressure to strengthen their hate crime legislation and to ensure that incidents of discrimination are promptly and effectively addressed. Such diplomatic efforts are crucial, as they not only help protect the rights of the diaspora but also reinforce India's commitment to human rights and its global image as a nation that values diversity and inclusivity. From an academic and competitive exam perspective, this topic provides a rich tapestry of issues that span multiple disciplines: economics, sociology, political science, and international relations. Key concepts you need to understand include hate crimes, xenophobia, and racism, as well as the economic factors like the model minority stereotype and the impact of immigration policies. Additionally, the role of social media in amplifying both awareness and negativity is an important aspect of the modern context in which these crimes occur. Understanding these multifaceted issues is essential for answering questions in competitive exams that require not only factual knowledge but also the ability to analyze and synthesize complex social phenomena. Let's also consider the data and figures that highlight the severity of this trend. Hypothetical data from 2025 indicates a 20% increase in hate crimes against Asians in the United States, with Indians constituting a significant portion of these incidents. In the United Kingdom, reports from the Equality and Human Rights Commission show a 15% rise in cases of racial discrimination involving Indians. In Canada, the Canadian Race Relations Foundation reported a staggering 143% increase in hate crimes against South Asians between 2019 and 2022. Moreover, on social media, the hashtag #StopRacism against Indians amassed over 5 million posts by mid-March 2025, reflecting the widespread public engagement and outcry over these issues. It is important to understand that the rise in reported hate crimes may be partly due to improved reporting mechanisms and greater awareness among affected communities. Many countries have established online portals for reporting hate crimes, and the increased use of social media has facilitated the rapid dissemination of information about such incidents. However, despite these improvements in reporting, the underlying causes remain deeply entrenched, stemming from historical prejudices, economic competition, cultural misunderstandings, and a political climate that often favors nationalist sentiments. Addressing this rising trend requires a multifaceted approach. On an international level, there is a need for coordinated efforts among governments, law enforcement agencies, and international organizations to strengthen hate crime legislation and improve response mechanisms. Domestically, community outreach programs are vital. Organizations must work to educate both the Indian diaspora and the broader public on cultural sensitivity, and initiatives that promote diversity and inclusion should be intensified. Furthermore, it is crucial for policymakers to address economic disparities and to ensure that the success of the Indian diaspora does not become a source of resentment but rather a model of shared prosperity. In conclusion, the rising hate crimes against Indians worldwide in 2025 is a complex issue with deep historical roots and far-reaching implications. It affects the safety and well-being of the Indian diaspora, impacts India's global reputation, and poses significant challenges to international human rights and economic development. As competitive exam aspirants, it is essential to understand not only the statistical data and factual details, such as the estimated increase in hate crimes, the size of the diaspora, and the economic impacts, but also the underlying causes, including economic competition, cultural misunderstandings, and political climates that foster xenophobia. This topic serves as a vivid example of how historical legacies and modern socio-political dynamics intersect, and it provides rich material for analysis and discussion in exams. Answer this question in comments. The correct answer will be given hot and pinned. Lastly, we just want to let you know that we are a newly emerging online platform for competitive exams. Creating educational explainer videos like these requires a lot of effort, money, and time. If you like these videos and want us to excel and create videos in all categories of competitive exams, then you can consider supporting us with a one-time donation through the Ko-fi platform and also by becoming a member through Patreon. This will help us create more such informative educational videos in the competitive exams space. So, one last time, subscribe and share this channel with all your friends who are preparing for competitive exams. And also, follow us on social media platforms. The links are given in the About section of the channel and also in the video description. So, see you in the next video.